Tony, I know you weren't happy necessarily with the way the fight ended and the stoppage and that sort of thing, but you could see your disappointment. But now you've had a chance to kind of cool down a little bit, think about it. I mean, what are your thoughts at this moment?
He was slowing down, I think. I mean, it was just kind of like a lot of the other fights. It took me a second. We had a long year, not a year from the last time I fought. It's different. Maybe it took me a little bit longer to get used to it. Didn't feel like I was in the fight until I got taken down. And then my Grand Valley roots, they propped back up. I knew I needed to get my ass back up so he wouldn't get any of the judges' scores. The second round, I saw him slowing down, the body shots, the kicks. I think he was a little surprised for my kicks. A lot of people, when they get kicked by Cerrone, they're going to start backing down. But we already knew that going into this fight. So in camp, we knew that there was no backing down. We were going to go forward. I saw him, when he was throwing more punches, I started to slip, and I started to see his confidence kind of start to decrease. And going into obviously the second end of the round, that kind of sucks how it went and happened like that. I mean, it's not a way to win. Like, for myself, and I'm beside of my fans, I apologize for that. Going in the third round, I don't think it would have been any different. I was going to pick him apart with jabs. I was going to hit him in the body. I mean, literally, I saw his nose go from like red to clear to red to clear from all the shots. I mean, and even in the first round, I saw blood like off of my eye. And it started just dripping. I was like, oh, shit, keep your hands up, man. Like, what the fuck, But, yeah, it was a good fight, man. I'm excited about the outcome.
I was going to say, I mean, you walked out of the cage kind of with your head down. But, I mean, now, are you happy with the way you performed? Because you said you've overcome a lot to get where you are right now.
Because the fight was just so fast. I mean, literally, when fight week goes, I mean, I don't know if you guys are in our position, it goes fast. I mean, it really does. From the weight cut, you're sitting there and you're just worried about getting your media done, getting everything else squared away, making sure you're promoting yourself really well, and you forget about how the time goes. And before you know it, it's fucking fight day. And, you're in the back and you're warming up, and then, boom, it's already done. And then you're here, and it's crazy how fast it happens. But I'm glad that this year went really well as far as, like, victories and all that. I mean, I've had a shitload of support. I know I was kind of a dick to some of the guys over there, but literally, I mean, when I say that, to F you to people that ask about, like, how I'm doing, my fans know how I'm doing. They really do. My true fans, they know how I'm doing. You guys know how I'm doing. I grew up with half of you guys from The Ultimate Fighter. I mean, seriously, since 2011, put in my time here. I'm kind of old now. I mean, and it's funny to me because that I've continued to grow, and not only just that, I've seen the changes in this sport. I've seen it go from Spike, I've seen it go to Fox to now ESPN, and it's just getting better. And the fighters stopped looking like NASCAR, having all the stickers and everything out there, and they started looking cleaner like boxers. And you start to have like people like step it up in their game, and it's I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I'm very thankful to have such a great fan base that cares about our well-being, because we're not animals, man. We're not out here cockfighting. We're actually athletes. We come from good backgrounds. We have families, and we put a lot of time and effort into this. So thank you for everybody that really does care.
There were a lot of conversation going on in the cage afterwards. I'm just curious if anything stood out. I mean, you were talking with Cowboy, the teams were talking. Was there anything that stood out, anything that was particularly meaningful to you during all those conversations?
I call Cowboy coach. I really consider a lot of these veterans that are out there, and if I have somebody respect for somebody, I'm going to call them coach. There's a difference, because you can learn a lot from somebody. And I really wish that we would have went the third round, you know what I mean? But I think it would have been the same story. I don't think he wants to come at me. I don't think he wants to fight again. I think more than anything else, it's I like mat time. For my pops, we would go to these tournaments like hours and hours away from our house, and he would spend a lot of these time during the week for work. And he would tell me, he was like, son, you got to get your mat time. Because I would go out there and I would pin these dudes in like 3 to 5 seconds. And it was funny because you would have rack up like five matches, 3 to 4 matches, and you'd be there all damn day, dude, getting bleach your seat ass and just kind of sitting there, calluses on your butt. And if you've ever been to a wrestling tournament, I mean, you're there all day. So I enjoy mat time. And I knew walking away from this fight, I knew that a lot of people were counting me out. And they weren't counting on me to come back strong, come back anytime soon, actually. And I made it a point in my head, and I told myself, I was like, you're going to walk away like a champ no matter what anybody thinks. You're going to walk in there with your head held high, and you're going to walk out the same way that you walked in. Yeah, I had my head down because I heard the boos, but I think more than anything else, the fans wanted another round. And honestly, I would have gave them another round or two. And if you would have brought somebody else in there, it would have been the same fucking story, man. I would have bled all over the place. Because I know on my Sunday morning, that's one of my favorite songs called Sunday Morning. And it's by Chaos. And it says the same thing. I can't wait till Sunday morning. That's when you wake up, everything's done, and you're sitting there and you're hugging your family, and then you're just kind of enjoying, you're recapping all the fight, you're recapping all the interviews and the pictures, you're looking at it, and you're like, yeah, that was fucking fun.
Immediately after, you said you'd be open to a rematch, you'd be open to Conor, you'd be open to a title fight. If you got to call the shots, which one of those 3 scenarios makes the most sense for you?
I got 12 fights in a row, man. I should be calling the fucking shots. I mean, I've had my title already. I mean, fuck, everybody else needs an eval. It's kind of funny, but I don't know what else I have to do in this division to keep after it, man. I mean, like I said, it's a round-robin tournament, but I'm tired of it, man. I'm here to stay. I am the fucking champ. You know, I don't have to go on and refurbish a lot of that stuff. You guys know what I'm about. You know I'm about the business. You guys know I'm about learning and growing. And fuck, man, if Dustin Poirier don't do it, I'm gonna do it, man. Tiramisu needs an ass whooping. It needs 2 to the stomach from me. And if it's McNuggets, you know, for money fight or whatever, I mean, literally, he's an athlete too. I know the division misses him inside here, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he misses the fight game too. I mean, seriously, we need to see these fighters keep coming out here and representing themselves in the sport, because that's why you fucking got in it. Like, you're an athlete, man. Keep coming back. I mean, when it's your time to retire, go and fucking retire, man. I mean, seriously. But if you've made a name in this sport and you're able and you're within the age limit, fucking keep competing. And I really want to keep doing that. I want to keep representing myself and my team, my family, and I want to keep winning. What sounds better than 12, 13? But it sounded a hell of a lot better with a title shot and having that 13 victory.
Last thing for me, Tony, will you keep yourself ready for Abu Dhabi in case something happens, or do you feel like you deserve a full camp if you're getting ready for a title fight?
I'm going to go back on Monday and hit some cardio. I mean, I got a couple stitches in my eye. We're going to wait until those heal, I guess. And I'd like to post some more sparring videos. I think you guys I haven't sparred in years. I think I've told you guys that, right? I haven't sparred in years. I can't tell you the last time I sparred. Everything's about timing, it's precision, and it's about doing the drills that are really there. I really, really want to compete more now. I really do. I feel like that I'm not even peaking yet. I feel like that I'm competing with the best of them, these 20-year-olds that are doing sprints with me. I'm faster than them. I'm running further than them. I don't feel like Superman, but I feel like I'm just getting better, man. And not even like wine, dude, because that stuff gets stale too. So, I mean, straight up, man, I really want to just keep getting better, and I want to see how far I can take this mixed martial arts thing, man, and really, really, really hold on to that title for a fucking long, long time, man, and represent my country really well.
Tony, right over here. It was a long road back to this weekend. I wonder, just when you walk into that cage tonight and just soak in the crowd, and this is the moment you've been thinking of for a long time at this point, how did that feel?
Good. It felt really good. I try not to, what was it? I think Pat Barry told me, it was funny, if you start singing your opponent's song, you're doing it wrong. Or you start clapping for yourself, obviously you're going to lose. Or you start walking out to Eminem songs, no, nothing Eminem, but there's a lot of these stipulations and stereotypes that go into like the walkout. There was a lot of crowd, and it was a big walkout. It wasn't like the Palms where it was like you walk out and then you're in the cage. No, fuck no, it was great. It was awesome. Got to see so many people there. I had butterflies in my stomach. I'll be real with you. I was nervous, man. I was in the back. They told us 5 minutes, and I broke a sweat, lost it. 5 more minutes, Turkish. Oh, shit, all right, cool. And then it ended up being like another 2 more minutes, and it was kind of like funny. I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Started listening to some music, and I was like jamming. I even watched a music video, and I was just kind of like dancing with it. And throughout the walkout, I could just see how many fans were just amped to see me walk out. I mean, that's incredible, man. You don't get that in the gym. You're like walking to the gym, you're like, hey, slap hand. Oh, shit, there's nobody here. Nah, man, and then it's an immediate, like, just boom, and then it just hits you like a fresh breath of air. And you're walking out and you're hearing your song and you try not to force anything like dancing or doing anything else like that. You heard Cerrone say at the open workout, I'm not going to break dance for you guys. Usually I'll do something kind of like that. And I wasn't trying to force anything. I was just trying to soak it up, man. And it was really awesome. It was really cool, warming.
The nerves, is that unusual, or is that something you usually feel before the fight?
I think if you don't get the nerves, I think that there's something wrong with you. I mean, we're in there, we're about to go toe-to-toe with somebody that's preparing to kick your ass. I mean, literally, the nerves are good. I mean, people get nerves from playing badminton. I'm pretty sure, if it's high enough stakes. And nothing against badminton, But it's the fight game. And we prepare as much as we can. I mean, like I said, it's been a long year. I had a lot going on. And I didn't know how anything was going to go. I really was a short notice fight, and this dude was coming off of nice victories, man. So, you're a new kid. I mean, literally, you got everything on top of your plate right there. That's gold. So to compete with that, I mean, literally, your goal's got to be just as shiny, and that's how it was.
Once you're in there, it felt like started finding your momentum, finding your rhythm, and then by the second round, you were rolling. What was working for you in there?
Jabs, body shots, kicks. I think he wasn't. I utilized these kicks. My coach's Muay Thai is dope, dude, and we can count on my jiu-jitsu, which is awesome, and then my boxing, my movement within that. I mean, like, I put together a fucking solid team, like a really solid team. I don't have like a bunch of training partners. I have the right training partners, and when we all come together, it's all about business, man. It really is. I mean, this is a business. This is entertainment. But if you don't take this shit seriously, your ass is not gonna win, and you're gonna get hurt. And, you know, my grandma told me, shout out to my grandma in 805 and all my family out there too in the 231. But she always tells me, get in, get out, mijo. I mean, literally. And I met Cowboy's grandma too. And she said the same thing. She's like, you know, I know you guys have to do your job, but and she gave me a kiss on the cheek, which is fucking awesome. It was hard to go in there and to fight somebody that's really genuine and nice like that. But this is a gentleman's sport. We're out there, we're here. He's a cowboy, I'm a horseman. We're here, like old school Tombstone, man. We're here to clean up the streets. So,
like you said, 12 straight wins. Only 5 other men have had longer win streaks in the UFC history, and they are all very long reigning champs. Does it almost feel like you've become sort of your own separate entity aside from the belt, like this sort of boogeyman to use?
You should see the inside of my jacket. It says champ shit only. My tailor's pretty cool. I didn't look at my suit until the game day, and he remembered my size and everything. I got surprised with the suit. And it's those little things like that that make a huge difference. And that's when you stop worrying about the numbers and it starts to become letters. It starts like, you know, like the MCN, like all that kind of stuff. And I couldn't tell you what my record was. I really couldn't. I forgot how many wins I had in a row, not to be cocky, but it's just, I just fucking don't care. I don't. I mean, I look at that belt and I carry it with me during like media day and all that kind of stuff because I'm proud of that, man. I won it. I mean, literally, and I haven't lost it. To me, I haven't lost it. I got to lose in order to lose that shit. If I would have lost tonight, I would have bought Cowboy a fucking belt. You guys understand that? Like, that's the kind of guy that I am. I don't care what anybody else is fucking doing, but that's me. So if I'm at 12 fights in a row and there's those people that are like that, I'm not going to look at that because I want to keep going. I want to be on the Hall of Fame. And how do you do that? You keep fucking winning. You keep putting your nose to the grindstone. You keep doing the damn thing. You don't worry about that other bullshit. It'll come with it.
That last for me, you mentioned open workouts. It seemed like there was a moment, maybe towards the end of open workouts, where you sort of laid down on the mat and just kind of took in the moment, and the crowd was really going for you. They were really excited to have you back. What did it mean just to feel the love from the community this week, throughout the week?
Well, I actually laid down because I wasn't going to do anything. I was just going to sit there and lay down and see if anybody was going to be like, are you going to do anything? But just all jokes aside, I mean, like I like to do like little things like that. But the crowd, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect Chicago to be so awesome. When we get here, Monday we went for a run. We put in 6 miles, ran to Lake Michigan, felt like home, like I was across Muskegon. And everywhere we went, dude, we had these people, Tony! I'm like, how they know it's me? And I'm like, oh shit, you got your jacket on. It says Ferguson on the back. So it says UFC, so I started cracking up, and the cameraman was actually running with us, which was pretty cool too, and he was keeping up. So it was inspiring, dude. Like, it felt like I was back where I belong. It felt like this, like, it's not just like where I belong. This is like my job, but not a job. It's like a career, but it's more than that. Like I said, aside from like victories and wins and stuff like that, I want to see how good I can get. I really do, because I don't think I've even peaked yet, man. And to have these people, they write me emails from all over the world, and they're telling how inspiring and how motivating, how just the things, you know, that went on, and just how to bounce back, and then from surgeries and from all the bullshit. And sometimes I get to respond to them, and I like to show my team a lot of this because, like, it's them. It's not just me. Because without them, literally, like, seriously, man, I wouldn't I might be here, but it'd be hard. It'd be a lot harder if I didn't have that support system. I mean, so thank you guys for the emails, man. I see them and I read them, and, you know, like, half the time it says, I know you probably won't read this. fuck, dude, I try. I really do. And if I can't respond to you, well, at least one time I'll try. I swear. Thank you.
Tony, congrats on a great fight. I guess based on what you said about your grandmother, Grandma doesn't care about mat time too much, eh?
Hey, no. Get in, get out, mijo. That's what she says. And yeah, she knows it's a fight game, man. My very first fight that I had, I was borrowing her car, and I moved to California. I didn't really have much. I just had like 2 suitcases and like $50. And I borrowed a car, and the very first fight I had was an amateur fight. I went home. I told my parents, I was like, look, hey, I got an opportunity to turn pro. I was like, I'm going to turn pro in this sport. And they were like, well, if you're going to do it like anything else you do, train hard and give it everything you got. The very first check that I got, I don't even know, it was like $500 or something like that. Very first fight. And I was so proud of it. I gave my grandma that check, and she cried a little bit. And I was like, I'm in the right fucking sport. I was like, I enjoy what I'm doing. Everybody else didn't know what the fuck I was doing. They thought I was out fucking around because I wasn't at home. I was out in the gym 24/7. That's what it was. And that's how I've been since I started, since 2008, 9. I've been consistent with that because effort times consistency is confidence. And the only thing I've been building in this sport is confidence, straight up.
One of the things it seems like, I don't know how many guys it is, but maybe your last 7, 8 fights in a row, you broke everybody up. I mean, broken noses, cuts on their forehead. What is it about you that does so much damage to your opponents? And do you think when you see blood that it makes you a little more vicious in there?
No, I don't think so. I never ran the ball in football, right? And my pops was like, you don't run the ball. First time I ran the ball, I broke my wrist. So I've always been a cornerback, and I've always been running towards danger. When you see your opponent start to break down, regardless if there's blood or not, and in wrestling it's the same way, you see their cardio start to decrease. That's when you got to put the pressure on. That's when you put that aggressiveness in, and it's not about like the Bruce Lee or the BJ Penn. Yeah, it could seem like that, but that's another way to win. I mean, I got cut too, so I had to keep my hands up. I already immediately knew that. As soon as I saw the blood start to drip, I was like, fuck, he's going to go after that. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, you said it, if you smell blood, you're going to go after it. More than anything else, it's just like a target. Boom, you're just going to be like, boom, I'm going to start picking at it. Make it better. Boom, 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 and then go somewhere different with it. And unfortunately for my opponents, I got sharp-ass elbows. My kicks are getting better. I got to thank my coach, Coach Billy. He's badass motherfucker, man. You know, the Muay Thai that we've done, nobody realizes the shit that we go through for that stuff, man. And there's a lot that goes into it. And
Tell us a little bit about what you go through then.
oh, shit. A lot of bag work. And my coach has got a full-time job. I mean, like, all my coaches, they got pretty much full-time stuff. So if they can't make it, I ask them for drills. I'm like, hey, can you give me a couple of drills so I can do this stuff? And they know I'm going to fucking do it. They know I'm going to go out there and I'm going to bust my ass and do that stuff without them being there. I don't mind training by myself, but this camp, I had my buddy Vic, he was there, and he was in the military. And there's a lot of military people that I have a lot of support from, and I have to think of myself the same way. I have to go out there and do it with professionalism. I have to make sure I do it and I get home safe. And that's the biggest priority that I have, is to make sure that I can make it back home to my wife and my kid. We could be doing a lot worse stuff, man. And we're in a sport, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do what I love.
Your ring, is that anything when it's sports related? Is that a championship ring of any kind that you're wearing?
It's a state championship football ring for MCC.
And you were a key contributor?
I was a cornerback. I was cool. I did all right.
Were you as good as you were a fighter?
I'd like to think I was a good athlete, still the same athlete. I haven't stopped, man. I'm a crusader. You know what I mean? And that's it's fun, man. It's something I've learned to be able to do, and I've had great coaches. I keep in contact with a lot of my coaches, and they always say the same thing. And I've been fortunate that all of my coaches said, they were like, if I can't get you to that certain spot, we're going to make some phone calls to get you to that next person that can. That's not selfish. That's unselfish. And I've been blessed with people that have done that my whole entire life, and it's pretty cool.
I'd just like to ask one more question. If you could break down 2 fights, Poirier and Khabib, how you think that might go. And then yourself against Conor. If that fight gets made, that would be a fascinating fight. How do you see yourself matching with him?
First question with Dustin and Khabib. I see Dustin, he plays a lot against the ropes. I mean, he does a lot of boxing. He's got some good hands, but the kid needs to get his back off the ropes. At my academy, I have a full 20 by 20 canvas, but I don't have any ropes around it. And I do that for a reason, so I don't get on my back on the ropes. Once you get your back against the cage and you start doing that, Khabib's going to put that pressure. He's going to take you down, double leg you. He's going to mount you like that dummy, and he's going to play smash and grab. I mean, that's how I see that playing out. If I were to fight Khabib, guarantee you I would throw him from his feet to his back and beat him like in Sambo, like a 5-point move in wrestling. That's my background. So as far as even McNuggets goes, I would love to stand toe-to-toe, go with that dude. I respect him as an athlete, as a person. He's kind of a douche. But, I mean, it's improper 13, man. Literally it is. And I got an attitude, and I have a different agency right now, which is great. There's no conflict of interest. That's number one. And number two is I'm here to kick some ass, man. You know, I ran out of bubble gum. But we're here to do business. Thank you.